Before there were neurons, before there were brains, something on this planet was already learning. A golden vein crawls over decaying leaves. It senses light, humidity, the scent of food. It moves slowly, rhythmically, searching. And when it finds what it seeks, it remembers. But this is not an animal, not a fungus. It is a single cell. Physarum polycephalum, the slime mold. A living algorithm, a brainless creature that solves mazes, recreates maps of cities, and learns from experience. To watch it move is to witness thought stripped to its essence, life organizing itself. The brainless solver. In laboratories around the world, scientists have watched this yellow organism perform feats that defy logic. When placed in a maze, the slime mold sends tendrils in every direction, testing paths, spreading like liquid thought. Each vein pulses with cytoplasm, contracting and expanding in rhythmic waves. When it finally finds food, the mold retracts all dead ends, leaving behind a perfect, efficient route. It has solved the maze, without neurons, without sight, without even a sense of self. In Japan, researchers arranged oat flakes to match the map of Tokyo's train stations. Within hours, the slime mold had built a network that mirrored the actual subway system, a design optimized for distance and energy. It was as if the organism understood geometry, efficiency, and connection. But it didn't understand anything, it simply was. The pattern emerged from the flow itself, waves of motion, like the slow heartbeat of a living network. When researchers changed the food's position, the slime mold adapted faster each time. It was learning, and when divided in two, both halves continued the search, and when reunited, they shared what they had learned. No neurons, no brain. Only behavior that looks like memory. What kind of mind lives in such a body? The physics of memory. Inside its translucent body, the slime mold carries rivers of fluid, flowing in rhythmic pulses. These oscillations are not random. They store traces of what happened before. When the organism encounters salt or heat, its gel stiffens, its rhythm slows. And when the stress returns days later, it anticipates it, reacting before it's even felt. A memory, written not in neurons, but in motion. As it moves, the slime mold leaves a thin layer of slime, a trail of itself, a chemical map of the past. It avoids its own traces, learning which paths lead nowhere. Each path walked becomes a lesson. This is embodied memory, the kind that matter itself can hold. Perhaps memory does not belong to minds. Perhaps it is what happens whenever matter begins to change in response to experience. Crystals remember how to grow. Rivers remember their beds. The wind remembers the shape of mountains. And the slime mold, it remembers the world through touch. Maybe intelligence began not with thought, but with rhythm, a pattern that learned to persist. The logic of choice. Scientists once believed that decision-making required a brain. The slime mold disagreed. When faced with two food sources, one rich, one poor, it hesitates, then chooses the optimal one. When two sources are identical, it divides itself perfectly, sending equal streams in both directions. No leader, no central command, just waves of contraction and expansion, voting through flow. This is distributed intelligence, computation without consciousness. It predicts periodic events, like cycles of light or humidity, as if it feels the rhythm of time itself. Its network behaves like a biological algorithm, parallel, adaptive, efficient. The same logic that shapes ant colonies, neuronal networks, and even the internet. One pattern, many scales. What we call thinking may only be the visible tip of a universal process. Life organizing information to minimize uncertainty. Perhaps we do not think because we have brains. Perhaps brains evolved because the universe was already thinking. The philosophy of the brainless mind. What is a mind? A collection of neurons? A computation? Or is it something deeper? A process that emerges whenever life connects to itself? The slime mold reminds us that intelligence may not be a possession, but a relationship. It does not think about the world, it is the world, responding to itself in real time. Its intelligence is not symbolic, but physical. It learns by becoming. In philosophy, Henri Bergson spoke of intelligence as the art of adapting matter to movement. Spinoza saw thought and extension as two faces of the same substance. Whitehead imagined reality itself as a process of experience. The slime mold embodies all three. It is matter that experiences, pattern that adapts, being that remembers. Every time life connects, through roots, through nerves, through light, it begins to think. Intelligence, then, is not a spark ignited in the human skull. It is the slow unfolding of awareness through the body of the earth. The first thought. We call it primitive, but maybe it is ancient. Older than neurons, older than thought, a golden echo of the first mind on earth. If we could see thought itself, not in language or reason, but in motion and rhythm, it would look like this: a single cell pulsing, exploring, remembering. It does not ask why. It does not dream. It simply learns. And perhaps that is enough to remind us that intelligence is not what repairs us from life. It is what unites us with it. The slime mold does not have a brain, but perhaps the brain was born to imitate the mold.